Hello, hello, and welcome to another episode of Taylor Watch. Happy Thursday. What a
Yay!
week. As
As
always, we're just
always.
trucking right along. Very happy to be recording this and happy that we waited until later in the afternoon this time because we have plenty to discuss.
Hmm.
Travis and Jason talked all about London on their new episode of New Heights, minus Travis being on the stage. It looks like they recorded that before that happened.
I
And
know, kind of a bummer.
kind of a bummer. I know. I'm bummed out about that, but that just means next week
Hmm.
will be even more.
True.
But lots going on in the Taylorverse otherwise, and we got tons of messages and voicemails and everything. So thank you guys for calling in and being just as excited as we are.
Hmm.
So we're going to jump into all of that. But apart from that, Gia, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
How you
Back in
live?
New York. Feels good to be back. I don't know. I'm on my period. I'm not really feeling my best, to be honest. I kind of just lied right there. I kind of feel terrible. My stomach hurts really bad. I ate too much Mexican food. I'm feeling bloated. I'm feeling gassy. So that's how I'm feeling. How are you, Kelly?
Of course. Oh, well, Gia, similarly, I am still on my deathbed. People are forgetting that while I am on this family vacation, I'm the sickest I've ever been.
Mm.
Um, Thankfully, today I finally feel a little bit better, but I was thankful that we recorded our our other episode this week earlier on Monday before shit really hit the fan. Monday night and Tuesday, maybe just the worst I've ever
Oh
felt.
no.
And but I'm on the way back. I'm on the mend, on the up. I had some coffee today, so that brought me back to
Good.
life. I got my poor brother sick, so
Oh
we're
no.
just sick house at the beach. And it's
Have you been
just
able to enjoy the sun at all?
yeah, I've been hanging out outside. It sucks when you like are stuffed up and have a fever to like be laying outside, but I've been kind of forcing
Mm.
myself and just because I need the sunshine.
Hmm.
So laying out a little bit. I got a crazy sunburn on my chest,
I was
so
gonna say, it looks like you got some color.
I got burnt as fuck on my chest yesterday, so that's great. Does it? I put 50 on all day, but somehow,
Yeah, of course.
doesn't
That
matter.
New Jersey
But
sun, it'll get to you.
it really will. It'll
Yeah.
really get. But so all right. So we're both not doing our best, not feeling our best. But that's why we have this show and all of
Mm.
our lovely Taylor Watch fans for making us feel important and feeling good about ourselves
Hmm.
because this will be the highlight of my day for sure. First things first, I think we have to talk about Travis on Bussin' with the Boys with our
Yeah.
guys Will Compton and Taylor the One. Um, for those who don't know, the Barcelona universe is big,
Hmm.
and I know that a lot of our Taylor Watch fans tune in for the Taylor stuff, but obviously there's a million different podcasts and shows at Barstool, one of them being Bussin' with the Boys, hosted by Will Compton and Taylor Lewan, both NFL, ex-NFL players. Like Will used to play, Taylor, I think still plays, but not this year. I don't know the
Yeah.
details of all that.
Yeah.
Them out if you're looking for information like that. But we found out, and I'm glad that we can talk about it now because
Hmm.
we found out while we were in Chicago last week that Will and Taylor were going to be interviewing Travis,
Hmm.
and Will had asked me at a dinner if what how they should bring up Taylor Swift,
Hmm.
and I had said, and thankfully you agreed with me the next day when we talked about it. That just to bring it up casually, organically, like he loves to talk about Taylor, just don't be annoying about it, like all
Hmm.
the other interviewers always end up being kind of annoying about it. And I think that they absolutely knocked it out of the park. Like he went on for 10 full minutes talking about Taylor.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he clearly felt comfortable enough to do that, which was great. And so we're happy with them. And they're the new Swifties in the house. Will Compton's tweeting out, you know,
He was
Stan tweet
he was
stuff, heart
so
hand.
yeah, he was so they had like a beer Olympics yesterday and he was so drunk and like
Funny.
he was like the only picture I took yesterday of like a selfie of him like doing the heart hands, and there's like a really funny video of him like so drunk and he's like, I love the Swifties. I love the Swifties. Like anything you guys want. It's so funny. So I
It's
think they
incredible.
did a really, really good job, I think, without, having a foot in the Swifty universe. And I think they did a good job of like keeping things casual and funny. And I think that encouraged Travis more to say more stuff because like it just felt like a very genuine conversation, like just a bunch of guys, shooting the shit. And yeah, I thought obviously I think the best part was when Will obviously misunderstood Travis's question. Will said that he listens to Karma with his daughter, and Travis
Yeah.
goes, "Do you know who Karma is?" and obviously that's a part of the song. And I think Will misread it and thought that he meant like, do you know like what karma is about? Like, do you know who karma is about? Whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's like, is that about Gyllenhaal? Like, and
No, it was
Travis is
so good.
obviously like just ignores the question, and he's like, oh, wasn't it the guy on the screen? Isn't Karma the guy on the screen? And Travis just goes, it was. Mic
I
drop.
honestly like, yeah, mic drop, perfect moment from him. It was so funny. And yes, what I think made that interview better was the fact that Taylor and Will know like
Mm-hmm.
next to nothing
Mm-hmm.
about like the drama and anything that surrounds it. So their casual knowledge was so hilarious. And them knowing that they wanted to talk about it and like working into the conversation, but like obviously their wheelhouse is football and
Mm-hmm.
the majority of the episode talking about Travis's career and their
Mm-hmm.
friendship and whatever. So that was it was just so funny. But them bringing it up, them doing a ranking of their favorite songs. How about Taylor Lewan being a debut Fearless
I
girly?
know. I was shocked by that. I was really shocked by that. He did. Was it
Cute. His
our
story about
song?
our song.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I love that. And
Driving in, he told a story about how that song is near and dear to his heart because he had a friend, a girlfriend who would like drive him wherever, and in her blue Beetle they'd play our song loud and drive down the street and sing it, and it honestly made me tear up. I was like, that's such a sweet memory
yeah.
have. And I was surprised by how like earnest it all was and
Mm-hmm.
sweet. And I just thought it was well done. And like you said, Travis seemed really comfortable and was able to just kind of go on about Taylor and how said a lot of things about how she's very self-aware, which we
Mm-hmm.
all, you know, we know that. And that she when she first went to or when they first started dating, that that they were trying to keep things like not under wraps, but like, you know, to themselves for a little while, whatever. And then it all went out the window when she walked through the front door of the first
Mm-hmm.
game.
Yeah.
So
He
it just
said
kind of,
like that he like really started to fall for her when that happened because he was like, I can get you set up with like the security, we can sneak you in, blah blah blah. And she was like, no, like I want to go in with the family and friends. I want to go in the box, like, and I want to like experience a real game, whatever. And he was like, I just respected her a lot for that, and it showed how like dedicated she was to like show her support. And he just had nothing but praise about her. That's my girl, that's my lady, which
yeah,
I loved. I
yeah,
thought that was a good tie back to But Daddy I Love Him. I'm
definitely.
his lady. And what did there was one other part that was so funny. Oh, when he was talking about his dad and how his dad will like send him
Yeah.
like insane Facebook articles and be like, "Are you and Taylor okay? Like everything good?" And he's like, "Dad, you got to get the fuck off Facebook." Like, which is crazy because that's where the real shit goes down is Facebook. Like that's where like the
Oh, yeah.
conspiracy, the crazy shit's going on. So
Mhm.
who knows what Ed Kelsey's sending him, and he has to be like, "No, Dad, this is not true."
It's so funny too because we always talk about Ed
Mm-hmm.
Kelsey's online activity specifically, and he's just a typical dad, you
Yeah.
know. He goes on Facebook, he's checking out whatever he sees something, and he's freaking out, he's texting. It's exactly like my mom, honestly. My
Yes,
mom will see
totally.
some shit and be like, "What's this all about?" And I'm like, "Mom, ignore." You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like
yeah.
none of that is real. Don't pay attention to all that bullshit. But it was an excellent interview. So kudos to them, snaps for them,
Mm-hmm.
claps. And you know, we're happy to be paired up with Bussin' with the Boys now. They're in the crew, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Yep, yep, yep.
Part
Yeah.
of the fam.
I was
And
thinking because Will Compton like tweeted like anything the Swifties want, like whatever. I was like, you guys should come on Taylor Watch. It would be
yep,
fun to like try to teach them like the Taylor Swift lore, and then maybe
absolutely.
they can try to teach us some football stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah, we should do that would be so good. We should plan something out when it gets closer to the season
Yeah,
starting. Maybe
yeah,
have like a yeah, like a teaching episode like here, we'll teach you these, you teach us this in preparation for like the upcoming season or
yeah.
whatever.
That's actually a good idea. We should follow
That would
through
be
with that.
so fun, I
Yeah,
think, because they're a lot of fun, those guys.
yeah,
So
yeah,
that would be great. Look forward to that in the future. But yeah, I think that we're now getting all of the not backlash, but just the extra information after everything that went down in London, and it just sounds like they all had an amazing time in
yeah,
London, like
yeah. It
all
did.
around.
Did you see
So
any of the New Heights stuff?
yes.
Yeah.
So I wanted to bring up my favorite part of the whole thing was them talking about meeting Prince William.
Mm.
and because you know I love. And so, but I was dying because in my head I just assumed like they probably went to go meet Taylor and Travis was allowed because he's like the boyfriend, whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't even consider that Jason might have met them.
No.
So Jason said he did, and he, I guess, a week before. I'm not a religious listener of New Heights. I only see the clips about Taylor stuff, so
Hmm.
I don't listen to the whole episodes. But I guess at some point he had been like, "Fuck royalty," like that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then 1 week later, he's right in his face, calling him Your Royal Highness, and like
It's so just
being
so
respectful.
classic Jason Kelce like series of events.
It was great, and I just think that him having the respect to like put the beer down and like shake his hand or whatever, like be nice. And they had really nice things to say about the kids, about Charlotte and
Hmm.
George, and how they were just good kids, and they were saying nice things about William. And I'll keep saying it. Like, is this the best press that Prince William has ever gotten? Like, he's
Totally.
just
I mean,
he's
Travis called
Travis
him
is
the coolest motherfucker. Like, I
yeah.
would never think to use those words to describe Prince William. Like, to me, he's always like a guy that had like a stick up his ass. Like, to hear that like Travis thought he was really cool was shocking.
Yeah. No, completely. Right. It's just Travis and Jason being like, oh, he's a good dude and he's a great dad. And
Hmm.
it's just like you couldn't ask for better, a better review of
Totally.
yourself. So happy for him, still happy for him. We have found out that Charlotte is in fact the big Swiftie in the house. And we should have known because she
Yeah.
was wearing Stevens and little
Hmm.
hair. What did she have in her hair?
Like
That like
clips, like little butterfly
tinsel.
clips. Oh, the
No, she had like
tinsel.
tinsel in her hair and
Yeah.
like cute braids and she was on and popping the whole time. So, and Jason said that it made him emotional, one because she was so excited and him having young girls makes
Yeah.
him
Yeah.
and then also he got emotional during the 22 hat moment, which if you don't get emotional during that part of the show, like you have no soul.
That
It's
was
just
so cute. And he was like, I'm gonna
shit.
start crying right now, like thinking about it.
Yeah,
Like he was just like Taylor was so nice, like the girl was so cute, like especially having three daughters. Like he he just he really just knows how to pull at people's heartstrings because you would never think that Jason Kelsey would get emotional over a little girl getting a 22 hat. And
completely.
I love to see it.
I know, me too. They're just good guys. And so I'm glad that they gave us this rundown on everything that happened. Obviously, you can go listen to their show if you want to hear all,
Hmm.
all of it in detail, but those are pretty much the highlights. And it seems like they had a good time in London. So I'm curious about what they're gonna say about Travis going on stage. We did hear that apparently well, a couple things have happened. One, Taylor posted her wrap up of Wembley
Yeah.
and included the photos with
Yep.
Travis
Yep.
carrying her, just like we hoped,
Yep.
and and had this nice big dedication. Here, I'll read it because I think it's just so kind and sweet, and I love when she does this stuff. She says, Wembley Stadium round one was surreal. Looking out into the crowds of 90,000 fans each night and hearing that volume, those were some of the loudest crowds I've ever heard. Acoustic sections went off.
Hmm.
I got to sing Castles Crumbling with Haley Williams the first time. Hadn't performed with her since 2011. A man of my heart was so full, and man, my heart was just so full of love for her and our friendship. Then the impossibly gifted and wonderful Gracie Abrams came and surprised the crowd with our first performance of our song Us. And I'm still cracking up slash swooning
Hmm.
over at Killa Trav's Eras Tour debut. Never going to forget these shows. Can't wait to do 5 more times in August. Up next, Dublin. And actually, there was a clip as well, her ending the Wembley show being like,
Hmm.
we'll see you in August. Until then, so long, London.
Yeah,
And
I know. I totally missed that.
I died. I didn't see it until I saw, I didn't see it either until I saw that clip.
Yeah.
But so all around, Travis is just, if they were, they couldn't be more official.
Yeah. Also, I saw someone point out interesting verbiage here with the word of debut. Like, I feel like this means like this is not going to be his last time on stage. I don't know. Like, if this is his
Completely.
debut, you know?
Maybe he'll be incorporated into other parts. I think you said last week or the other day that he needs to get into the Karma set. We need to get him a sparkly jacket
Yeah,
so he
yeah.
can he can hot dog dance in front of the crowd during that.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's just good fun all around, and I can't wait to see what happens in Dublin. Looking forward to the future London shows in August, and I think it's all going to be fabulous.
Yeah.
Apart from that, I'm trying to think what else has happened about. I think that's pretty much it, right? As far as news since Monday.
Yeah, I would say so. There's really yeah, it's mostly just, stuff from um New Heights, and that's kind of it. Oh, Megan McCain throws shade at Taylor Swift?
Excuse me, Megan McCain? What?
I don't know. Let me see what she has to
Shade
say.
how? Oh, that I guarantee that's misleading. That has to be so crazy. Like, what? What could Megan McCain
Oh,
possibly have
she's
to
like talking about like blocking. Well, she's wrong. She like,
I hate this. We're still going with this. The spreading of misinformation
yeah.
about blocking artists. It just drives me fucking nuts. I
Okay,
can't.
Megan McCain. Yeah, but
Whatever, Megan
that's it.
McCain.
Oh,
Go back
and
to her.
that ring that Gigi gifted
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Taylor.
yeah. So Gigi Hadid gifted Taylor a custom ring that has a picture on it of Benjamin Button, the
Yeah.
cat. And on one side is 13, and on the other side is 87 for
Mm.
Travis. And then on the inside, it says TTPD, right? I
Yeah,
think it's
yeah.
engraved on the inside. Just a really sweet gift from a
Really cute.
bestie.
Did you see
And
also that part of New Heights where Travis was like, uh, they went to like a Philly bar and they were giving them food, and she was
yeah.
wearing a Phillies jersey, the waitress, and it had 13, and Travis was like, "Oh, 13, like is that your favorite number?" And she was like, "Yeah, like whatever." And he's like, "I know someone else who like loves 13." And then like kind of under his breath, he was like, "13 plus 87 like works out really well."
That I saw. That I saw. But he's like 13 plus 87, man. It just works.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my God. He's just so smooth. He's so smooth.
He
He
is.
knows he knows when to say the right things and do the right things. So we love him for that. But yeah, it's just been the internet's been ablaze. I was as recently as last night still watching all the videos
Mm.
from the performance and of the two of them, and it's just wonderful. They had gone out. I know that we talked about it a little bit because she's wearing that crochet dress and those shoes, which were Gucci, by the way.
Mm.
Unavailable though. I went to go get them and they were like already unavailable. They must be like old or something. And I was like,
Okay.
fuck, I really like them.
Of course.
But
No, I already see
um,
girls that are like planning on crocheting the dress. They're like, "Oh, I already have the
yeah,
pattern, like I'm ready to crochet this dress."
exactly. That's what I was gonna say. So everybody, I saw a bunch of memes being like, crochet girlies are like, I can
Mm.
make this. Really, I can.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
So I hope we get to see some people trying to recreate those
Mm.
looks. I love that. That's always my favorite thing. And yeah, we're just seeing a lot of cool outfits and costumes still coming out of all this. I loved you sent me that video of the people dressed up as waiters from the Black Dog with
Mhm.
names. Their names were Chloe, Sam, Sophia, and Marcus. They had the little name
Yeah,
tags
that was so
on.
cute.
So we're loving the creativity. A lot of kids. I've been seeing a lot of kids, just losing their minds. Taylor coming out and, their first time being there. And it's just, I can't watch those videos without crying.
I
Like
know
they're
they're
just,
so cute.
so
Yeah, oh yeah, that video of
great.
the little girl, like she's like wearing like a
Yeah.
rep bodysuit. I saw that video
Yeah.
too. She's so cute.
So adorable. So yeah. Oh, also a rumor going around, which I think I'm going to choose to believe moving forward. Remember when we said how Paul McCartney came out of the VIP tent and was just like dancing with
Yeah,
the people?
yeah.
People think that that moment might have been a distraction for Travis to get out of the tent to go behind stage.
You,
And I don't even know if the timing lines up, but that's what I want to know. Like, or that's what I want to believe. I want
I
to
believe
believe that
that. Sure.
Paul McCartney was like, "Quick, I'll create this version," and then ran out
Paul
and was
McCartney
like,
decoy.
"Yeah, like it's just hilarious. Like, what a crazy life they all lead."
Yeah.
So it's just fun to watch, fun to be a part of, and we're lucky. But I think we should get right into our voicemails and
Agreed.
such. See
Sorry
what
for
the
the
people
yawn. Whew.
say.
But we have a
No,
lot of good voicemails today, a lot of good DMs too. So, yes.
perfect. Let's get there.
Let's jump into them. Okay. So a few of these ones were just people's like initial reactions. I don't,
Okay.
there was like no questions. I just thought that they were funny.
What's up, Kelly and Gia? This is Megan calling from Rhode Island. Well, I'm actually not in Rhode Island. I'm on a family vacation. That's why I'm calling, because I'm outside on the deck whispering. I cannot believe that she brought Travis Kelce on stage. What does that mean? Is this the first boyfriend she's ever brought on stage? This feels so serious. I'm trying not to clown. I'm really excited. But holy shit, she brought him on stage. I cannot fathom that. Can't wait for the next Taylor Watch. Bye, girlies.
I love
I
that.
think it was
Sneaking away from the family vacation to be
just,
like,
oh
"Holy
my god,
shit."
yeah, yeah. There was another
Yeah.
girl who sent me one, and like just the initial one was, "Oh my god."
That's amazing. We'll
Yeah,
have to find it so we can play it. That's so, so funny. I
but
love.
I
love.
just I love the idea of like the first thing people wanted to do was call us, which was really nice.
Yeah, that makes us feel good,
Yeah.
obviously. We love that. We love hearing from everybody. We love hearing the reactions. Like they're just everyone's a laugh riot. We all
Yeah.
we all have the same thoughts. Like we all just freak the fuck out.
I
Like
know.
it's crazy.
Okay.
It's crazy.
Hey ladies, my name is Natalia, and boots on the ground here in London, Wednesday night 3, and my voice is still, not fully back yet, but I'd love to give you guys a recap of what it was like at the stadium and just the pandemonium that ensued after Travis came on stage, answer any questions you guys have. Um, it would be great. I'm still in London. I feel like it was all a dream, but I just literally watched Taylor Watch, and I thought it would be great to give you guys the inside scoop. Bye.
So I wanted to know, like, if I just want to know, did anyone see him like the cloak? Like some people are saying he was under the cloak. Some people saw him leave. Like I need to know. Like, was anyone keeping tabs on him while this was happening? Like, was Paul McCartney actually the decoy? Like, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. It kind of seems like he was, because right, we saw that video of what seemed to be him hiding under, sorry, excuse me, what seemed to be him hiding under the willow cloak
Yeah,
or whatever. And even in our conversation, we were like, how could he possibly be hiding under that? Like, how would nobody like? I feel like that would draw more attention than anything,
I
to be
know.
honest. But like, other people said that he left during My Tears Ricochet,
Mm,
and maybe it looked like he was just going to the bathroom, and then that's when he was out. So it's so right. So we there are so many moments where he may or may not have left to go, but you're right. Like why we really were distracted. The whole
I
stadium was
know.
distracted. Nobody thought, but you know what though? I don't know if I were there if I would really be keeping tabs on Travis like that. Like I especially if he left the tent, I would never think like he's leaving the tent. Oh, because he's about to go on stage. Like,
Mm,
in what world does anyone think that he's going to go on stage? So it's just like, oh my God,
I know.
it's just so shocking. So yeah, so I guess until we hear from him, like he might, that's what I want him to
Mm,
say most next week on the show is explain like when he left, how he snuck out, how he got backstage without anybody knowing. Like that's the
yeah.
information that we're gonna
Yeah.
have to divulge. And if he doesn't, we're just gonna have to tweet at him until he does
Yeah.
because we need to know that information.
I
Like
know.
that's vital, vital information.
Yeah.
Hi, Kelly and Gia. First and foremost, I love you guys so much. I love your show. I think you're hilarious and amazing.
Thank you.
Um, Second of all, I wanted to know if you guys noticed that Jason was handing out guitar picks during the first show, and I'm sure during the second one too. Like he was exchanging bracelets for guitar picks, and I just thought that was the sweetest thing in the world. Like that is so Scott Swift's thing, and I can like picture Scott just like handing him a handful of them and being like, go crazy. And he's just like the way the Kelces have embraced this is so magical and amazing and beautiful, and like I cannot get enough of it. I'm eating it up. I don't know, it's ridiculous, and I'll never stop. I don't know what to do with myself after this weekend. But anyways, love you guys so much. Have a great day. Thank you for making your show. Bye.
Thanks, Queen.
Thanks, Queen. So sweet.
Did you see
Um,
the video of Jason giving the guitar pick to the boy wearing his jersey?
yes,
Oh, the cutest video
it's
ever.
cute, as- cute
And
as shit.
Kylie's recording it, and he walks up to this boy. Like, I guess his sister and the mom got to go into the show, so him and his dad were just hanging out outside the stadium, and Jason saw him wearing the Jason Kelce jersey, walked up to him, gave him the guitar pick. And yeah, like what she said, the way that they've embraced everything is really really nice to see because they have 3 kids. They're private for the most part family. They're not huge celebrities. Like of course Jason Kelsey's so well known in the NFL world, but like no one would bombard them the way that they're getting like bombarded now.
Right.
And they embrace it, and they don't judge, they don't like complain, it seems like, and they just like make room for or make space for Taylor, and I think that's really nice.
It's you're spot on with that. And I think too, we talked about this a little bit the other day about just like it's how they were raised. And
Mm,
I think that they just they like being a part of this circus. Like they're comfortable being like, all right, this is what we're doing now. Like our boy Travis is dating the most famous pop star in the world, and we're all just gonna go with the flow about it.
mm,
And we're just gonna embrace it and get excited about it. And all press is good press, and like all the, the kids coming out and paying attention to how people react to them and to Taylor and to
Mm-hmm.
Travis and whatever. It's just it's all positive, and I
Yeah.
think that, or at least I hope that they see that that's majority of what they see is the
Yeah. Yeah.
positivity, because it really is like everyone loves it.
There
Everyone's
was
so
also
excited.
like five people wearing Jason Kelsey jerseys like right in front of him at the concert too. Like it's just so fun. Like, and I feel like
I
it's a
know.
fun thing for the boyfriend Swifties too. Like,
Oh, absolutely. Well, I think I can't remember if we said it the other day or not, but like, it's or no, we haven't, because Travis kind of alluded to it on Bussin' with the Boys. More so like the support and how he's just so proud and how they're all so excited or
yeah,
whatever. I think that Travis more forward because it's Taylor, but also Jason have kind of instituted this new mindset of like, it's not lame to like love your girl and support your girl. Like
yeah,
it's cool to like love your family and be supportive and be cool. And it's not like losery to get involved in Taylor Swift and have a little fun and go to the concert, hand out the guitar picks, which like we all know is a big deal. That's a
mm-hmm.
Scott Swift
Yeah,
thing, like she said. And I bet that's exactly how it went down. I bet Scott gave him a fistful of guitar picks and said, "Go crazy,"
yeah,
and exchanging them for friendship bracelets. And he said on New Heights, he said that, he's got so many friendship bracelets up his arm, it's cutting off circulation in his hands. Like it's good stuff. And I think that it shows us like that you really can, as long if you go with the flow and you have a good time, like there's, everything can be fun.
mm-hmm.
And it's inspirational. And I love the idea of young boys also seeing someone like having role models like Jason or Travis to go after, because they're just setting such a good example.
Yeah,
And I think it's so important, especially, where there's a lot of young boys specifically who can get swept up on the internet and
yeah.
become trolls
Especially
and
with
incels.
all the people like Andrew Tate,
Yeah,
like
like all these fucked up people
yeah,
that have them in this mindset, and like it can go south quick. And I think that having people that are grounded, that you can look up to, that are successful and treat their wives and girlfriends and families with respect is so important. And just it just shows how, like, right, the support and respect that they have for each other as a family. And it doesn't matter what scale that is, whether it's this kid on the street with his jersey on, or if it's Taylor fucking Swift. Like
mm-hmm.
he cares about them equally and is just kind to all. And I think it's an excellent
It's a
message, and I
beautiful
love it.
thing.
Love it. It is.
That also kind of just reminded me, but Jason also said that they recorded "The Man" to send to Wyatt because that's her favorite
Yeah,
song.
yeah.
So
That's so
cute.
cute. That's so
Which I love,
cute.
and I think that also speaks to how they're raising their daughters. Like, if "The Man" is
Totally.
Wyatt's favorite song, like that just shows like they're setting her up to be like a proud woman, a proud, like, you know what I mean? Like, just be a secure
Absolutely.
person in herself, and I love that.
Absolutely. And yeah, I mean, Kylie Kelsey is she's just the pinnacle of the
Yeah,
strong and woman. Like there's nothing.
exactly.
I look up to her. Like
Oh,
she's
totally.
she's amazing. You know what I
She's
mean? Like
exactly like how I want to be as a mom, just like as a person in
totally,
general. Yeah. Did
totally.
Travis, they talked about the run in Margate, and Travis was just like,
Oh yeah.
Kylie's like the baddest motherfucker. Like, just don't
Yeah.
fuck with her. Yeah, yeah. And I love
It's
that.
amazing. It's amazing.
Okay.
Hi, Kelly. Hi, Gia. This is Katie. And so I was just listening to So High School, right? And we all know Travis just performed on stage with Taylor. And the line where she says, I feel like laughing in the middle of practice, did she write this song when she was already, planning on having Travis on tour with her? And, they planned this months in advance, and that is what that line is about? My mind is blown right now. What do you guys think? Love you guys. Bye.
I am just so curious to
Love you,
how
Queen.
long they had this planned in advance.
I am too, but I don't think that so I think I feel like laughing in the middle of practice is more Taylor visiting him at practice for
Right,
football
right.
than this, because they said, oh, that was another thing. So they said that um or so far we've heard that they only rehearsed once for this for
Right.
this for this performance. And so I don't think, and they said that they had been waiting for the right moment and whatever. And we said the other day that it definitely was planned far in advance for him to get a custom suit and the
Mm.
Louboutins and all that.
Mhm.
But I do think that, So High School was written long enough ago that it was able to come out on the original
Yeah.
right? Is So High School on Anthology or on
It's on you. Good question.
I think it actually might be on Anthology, so maybe I'm eating my words. Let's
The
see.
anthology. Yeah, no, it's on the anthology,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so all right, so it may have been written because remember we figured out that or we learned that these songs that were going on the original 15 or whatever I don't know how many my brain's half working but
16, yeah.
yeah the originals all had to be settled up and made like 8 months in advance because they were on vinyls and on
Mhm.
CDs and stuff, and those things were wrapped up and done long before the album came out.
Yeah.
But the anthology, the fact that we don't have like the vinyls yet, where you can't buy the anthology on CDs yet, like it's only available streaming still. That I think that to me says that there was wiggle room for those to have been finished a little bit later,
Mhm.
but I don't think that like I think that line specifically refers to them in practice, like football
Yeah.
practice,
Also,
but still good.
Travis said that So High School was his third favorite song, which I thought was very funny. And he
Yeah.
was like, he basically like, well, I think it was Will was like, oh, that's the one about you, right? And he was like, oh, I think so, like blah blah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought it was kind of funny how he just kind of like said to himself, he's like, yeah, like you know how to ball, I know Aristotle. Am I right?
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, you know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
we
yeah,
do know what you're
yeah,
saying. We do know.
yeah.
It was
So
it
it's
was so
definitely,
funny.
definitely, there could be like parallels with that, like laughing in practice, whatever. But yeah, I do think it's more of like a metaphor for him being a football player. And
Yeah, for sure,
yeah,
for sure. Also, wait, that reminded me when they did the rankings of their favorite songs, Travis put Blank Space first. No one loves Blank Space more than Travis, and we love him for that because it's one of my faves as well. It's a crowd
so
favorite.
funny how much he loves it. Also, it was funny how he was like, oh, you know, 1989, like that's kind of when I started like playing football, like when I started like knowing Taylor, like her music. Like basically he was just like, yeah, like I thought she was like, it seemed like he was kind of like, yeah, I was playing football, I thought she was really cute, and I was like into this like song, whatever, so I'm gonna go with this one
Absolutely.
first. Yeah, he
Yeah.
he is probably the number one Blank Space stan.
Yeah, he is. And I also loved his number two song was Cruel Summer.
Which was
And
shocking a little.
shocking, but I
Yeah.
loved he knew like the lore behind it. He was like, actually, I think that song's from a couple albums
Yeah,
ago and it had
yeah.
a resurgence like last summer. Like
Yeah.
he just knows, he's absorbing it all and he's giving us all the right information. And I think it's just really sweet that he cares enough to remember these things, or to pay attention like this. I'm sure it means a lot to Taylor.
Yeah.
So sweet, sweet stuff.
Oh my God. So with Travis going on stage, do you remember, I think it was Australia, when he was filming part of the show with the light on? What part of the show was he filming? Doing some research? I do think so.
So remember he
I
was
didn't even think about
yeah,
that.
remember when he was filming vertically with the flash on? It was
Yes.
during that skit. So people were
I
like, "Oh, like he
forgot. I forgot all about that. That
yeah.
makes so much sense. Like, oh wow, so he's just dropping Easter egg. Well, I thought it was well, no. We all thought that he was recording it because she was like looking hot.
Yeah,
Remember? We
but
were
yeah,
like,
because she like
got it.
takes off the dress. We're like, "Oh, like he's definitely saving that for later or whatever." But he was getting game tape.
That is so funny. I
I
didn't
know.
even know or realize that. Wow, that's fantastic. That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
So,
How exciting, man. Just the whole thing.
thank you to that queen for pointing it out. She didn't say her name,
Yes.
but that was so funny how she just introduced it with, "Oh my God." That's
I
just how
love that
everyone was feeling like that, seriously.
completely.
Okay. So let's jump into DMs. We got a lot of good DMs.
Yes. Oh, I'm so excited. Thanks, guys, for everybody
Yeah,
who called in and wrote messages. This is so fun.
it's
These are our
so
favorites.
fun. Okay, hey y'all. I was listening to your Monday episode and the part about the dress Taylor wore while out with Travis. Has anyone noticed that the orange and lilac on the dress? Do we think that it was a coincidence or maybe more hinting at whatever those colors represent? I would love to hear what you think. P.S. I know it sold out right away. Did Kelly get her hands on one?
Oh no, I didn't. I didn't. But to be honest, I saw that dress and I know dresses like that.
Mm.
And I also know that they don't look that good on me. Like the way that they hang, something about like my frame isn't as like normally I think like, oh, if Taylor's wearing it, like it'll maybe look okay on me.
Yeah.
But I know that it would look more like a potato sack on me. So I ended up not even trying. But I really thought it was cute. It looks so good on her.
Looks so
Um,
cute.
but and actually wanted to ask you this because first of all, I saw a meme that was like somebody had said that being like, "Oh my God, the lilac and the orange, like TS12, like what does
Mm.
it mean?" And somebody was like, Coach Tita was like, "Are we gonna really start doing this again? Like, is this happening again? Like we're monitoring her outfits or whatever." And
Yeah.
I think nothing is safe. We always have to be on the lookout, but at the same time, I don't know what to think about this because it's true. There's lots of orange, lilac. It seems to be this like theme, whatever. Um, I don't know what to think. And I'm at the point where it's impossible for me to clown now
I
because I've just
know.
been made a fool so many times. And it's like I can only be made a fool so many times.
Mm.
But it seems like lilac and orange
Yeah.
are in real
Orange
life.
to me, like, definitely there's something there with Orange. I don't know what it is, whether it's a new album, whether it's the Rep Vault tracks, whether, who knows? It could be the color of her new shirt. Like, who knows? Like, or maybe she just
Yeah.
likes orange right now.
Yep.
But there's, it seems to be some sort of common theme. And I think that I have fallen into the idea that TS12 is going to be purple and orange themed, and it's also going to be like a lover esque type where she's just like, I'm in love and I want to throw it out there.
I don't disagree with you at all. I think that that is certainly where it seems like we're heading,
Yeah.
and I'm all for that. I'm all for it.
Mm,
Listen, I she has a lot of great love songs, obviously, but she has an equal amount of sad songs. I think we've gotten, you know, Melancholia a few albums in a row,
mm,
more than the love aspects of it. And now that
mm,
we kind of know more of the lore behind all of those like love songs and how it just seemed like it was chaotic
mm,
and not exactly, the kind of love she thought that she wanted.
mm.
I'm very curious to see like I would love to know her true feelings about all of this via song,
Right,
like I would
right.
like to know what kind of inspiration she's getting from all this because I'm sure that as much as she's been in love before and she knows what love is and whatever, as far as we can see and as far as everybody's reporting and talking about whatever is that this is a different kind of love that she's never felt before. And so I just can't imagine. I can't
Yeah.
imagine like it'll just be like bubble gum and butterflies. And I can't wait. I'm
Yeah.
excited for some love stuff.
Me too. I would really love like a 1989 like hype like big pop album from her
Yeah,
because I just not that she m- missed the mark per se, but Tortured Poets with the vibe of summer, like it just doesn't really go hand in hand, so it's hard at least for me. Like I'm just not really in like the headspace for Tortured Poets when I'm like going out and it's like a nice day, whatever.
for
So
sure.
it would be nice maybe like next summer to get like something. But obviously, I don't want anyone to think that I do not appreciate Tortured Poets. I fucking love that album. It's
Oh
so good.
no.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think that we all agree that Torture Poets is an unbelievable album. It is not an uplifting album.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's a sad album.
Yeah.
It's a chill album. It feels great to sing it and really feel good. But right, we need we need that Mia Espresso, And so
Exactly.
we're just we got to work that in and we know that Taylor has that Mia Espresso in her. So
Mhm.
she'll come back she'll come out whatever is next hopefully with just some real kick-ass stuff and we'll be bopping around and it'll bring the house down just
Yeah.
like a cruel summer or like any of the other millions of hits that she has that make us feel good
Blank
about summer.
Space.
Blank
Yeah.
Space, yeah, all this good shit.
Yeah.
So I think that definitely on the horizon, all good stuff. And I think too sorry, God, I guess I'm coughing. I think too that the excitement that people are feeling already, like kind of uncovering maybe new clues or pictures or colors or whatever. Like it just goes to show that this like type of fandom that she's secured will continue on throughout the
Yeah.
rest of her
Yeah.
time,
Yeah, no
like
matter what.
I love it. I think that it's obviously we've said this before, but with the re-recordings and everything, like it kind of rejuvenated everybody's feelings and kind of, worked up the fans and made them more cognizant of looking for clues and secrets and things like that. And I just think that now we're all officially locked in and we're here to stay,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm so excited that we all like have this as a community to like have fun with, It's just it feels like a fun club. And
Exactly.
I love the guessing and the speculation, and
Yeah.
it's time. It's
And
so
that's why I
fun.
like doing this podcast is so fun too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah. I saw somebody asking you, worrying about if the podcast will leave once the Eras tour is over, and I said, I mean, is Taylor Swift going to stop making music?
Yeah,
Because
yeah, we also got that in a question. Someone asked
oh,
us. Oh, did I not? I thought I screenshotted it. Oh yeah, they said, "Hi Kelly and Gia. Me and my mom are the biggest Swiftie and biggest fans of Taylor Watch and never skip an episode. Our question for you guys is: when the tour ends in December, what will happen to Taylor Watch? Will you keep giving us episodes, or is there not enough to talk about? We would hate to see the podcast go, and would love your guys' input. Thank you, your biggest fans." And
I think
I
that's so
definitely think we're gonna stick around. I mean, just because the Eras tour is over doesn't mean Taylor Swift goes away. And also, like, there's other stuff we can talk about, like we do the album deep dives, we could do the drafts, we
mhm.
can talk about literally whatever's going on. I feel like no matter what, Taylor Swift kind of has an involvement in a lot of stuff.
Well,
And
she's a stronghold at this point in pop culture, and we're both pop culture people, and so it's not hard. It's people think it may be, or I don't know if people think this, but maybe they think that it's difficult for us to come up with stuff for the show. I mean, it's not like it's very easy to stretch
yeah,
this out into an hour minimum. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like there's always so much to talk about, so much to comment on, whether it's Taylor herself or people that are Taylor adjacent,
mm-hmm.
or she's going to be going to sorry, she's gonna be going to football games again. She's gonna be doing all that. New
Right, yeah,
music,
exactly.
re-recordings. Re-recordings are still coming out. Like there's just because, we started this, after the Eras tour had started, but it was only like 6 months in when we started it. So and we talked about it. Really, we just, talked about the surprise songs and moved on. Only
Yeah,
recently, like things been happening at the tour that are like newsworthy.
mm-hmm.
So no, I don't foresee any of that. And also too, like we barely explored like having guests on. Like we
Yeah,
occasionally guest here and there, but like there's so much we can do. And not that I'm certainly not looking forward to Eras Tour ending, but I am interested in seeing how we're able to mold
mm-hmm.
it and keep it going. And it gives us the ability to think of new things and
Yeah,
be creative and fun with it, which we love to do.
yeah,
So no
yeah,
worries. No worries
yeah.
about
No
Taylor
worries.
Watch.
Yeah, no worries. Okay. So, oh, they didn't put a name. They just started. Why the no following each other? I guess I just don't understand that part. Strange. Both so active and open this weekend about their relationship and feelings towards each other. Their 1 year anniversary is approaching. Do we think she acknowledges it in any way publicly?
Ooh, good
I
question.
I don't I don't think them not following each other is a big deal at all. Like
I don't think so either.
it
Because
doesn't.
also,
It's not like Travis is obviously super active on Instagram sometimes, but like he's not really posting that much. Like it's not like she's like missing out on his content or anything. And I'm
no.
sure she sees his stuff, and we both know that they see each other's stuff on Instagram because they're constantly liking, whether it's news articles or pictures, whatever. They're always liking each other's stuff. She tagged him in her
Yeah.
caption.
Yeah.
I don't think that I just think maybe Taylor Swift follows zero people and she wants to keep it
I
that
was,
way.
I was just gonna say she follows zero people, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
she wants to keep the ratio.
she doesn't follow anyone. And I also think that we need to remember like sometimes people don't give a fuck about Instagram, Like
Yeah.
I am in that camp where like I don't think following each other or like liking pics and stuff is the most important thing. I know that people kind of disagree with me on that. People like the social attention and the like mutual whatever. And I get that too. And I maybe used to be more like that, but I feel now that like I almost prefer or it feels more real to me that they
Mm.
don't even care about like
Yeah,
they're not even
agreed.
concerned. Like, that's like never a conversation,
Social media
Like,
is 2%.
hey, why don't you follow me on Instagram? It's
Yeah,
like Taylor Swift doesn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like that's just
exactly.
not.
If they
They live
were
in real
Joe
life.
Schmo and whatever, Sally, then obviously it would be kind of weird if your boyfriend's not following you on Instagram. Like, what the hell? But they're like the two of the biggest stars right now. Like, that's the least of
Right.
their problems. And also, social media is like 1% of your relationship, you know? So it's,
Exactly, exactly. Too, and I also don't think like I know that Taylor, it seems like Taylor is occasionally pretty active online. Like
mm,
she'll look at stuff and she'll kind of get involved, especially on TikTok. It seems she's most active on TikTok at the moment. But I don't think that she is someone who like scrolls social media anymore. She like can't, you know? It's like that's too much exposure of yourself, you
yeah,
know? Like
yeah,
if I'm her and I know that everyone's talking about me all the time, I almost want like an ignorance is bliss mindset where I'm like, as long as the fans are liking my stuff and they're enjoying themselves, and that's all I really care about.
yeah,
And I don't have to worry about like whether or not my boyfriend like my post. You know,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
I put this out because I know that they'll get a kick out of it, and that's all that really matters. I know my boyfriend loves me because he tells me to my face, you
yeah,
know, so
exactly.
it's not a big deal.
Can you see her maybe doing like a grid post for their 1 year?
Um,
I don't know. People forget that she posted. I think it was her. It was her and Calvin Harris's 1 year. They
yeah,
posted like that iconic video of like the cake or something, and then like posts over to
yep,
Taylor, and she's like 1 year, like 1 year. So
yeah.
I maybe I don't know. Like I don't know. It's just a lot of
I don't know.
exposure online, you know. So
Right,
it's a
right,
lot, and it's like okay, well, she brought him out on stage. How much exposure could she, how much more exposure could be bad?
right.
Um, but yeah, I don't know. It just they don't seem like a very very. I don't know. Everything's changed over this past week. I was gonna say that they don't seem like a very social media adjacent couple, but like she did post them with Prince William, and then she posted it again, like when she was on stage. So like maybe just like a
Right.
cute little far away pic of them from like a vacation where like you can barely even see them, and she's just like,
True.
"Love you," you
Yeah,
know.
something cute. I also wonder if she'll like I wonder about like the date of their 1 year
Mm,
anniversary. Like maybe they don't want
people to
the actual
know.
date of
Mm,
what's when they started like seeing each other or officially dating or whatever, because people get weird with that. They start playing the time game and they're
yeah,
like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
X amount of days since this and X amount of days since this. And so they must have been doing this. And it almost like feeds like a part of people that I don't think
Totally.
that is very like
That's
healthy, if
very
that makes
true.
sense. I also I think if someone is going to be posting something, I think it's more likely that Travis posts
Mm,
and Taylor like shares it than
mm,
Taylor posting, if that makes sense. Like
yeah,
and again, he's just so proud. He doesn't care like if she and that's another thing like I bet he would ask like, "Hey babe, can I post a picture of us for our anniversary?" And she'd be like, "Of course." Like,
yeah,
sure. But I'm sure like, you know, it's they just love each other. They love each other and they're not afraid to show it, not afraid to do whatever. And I think we know that. And I don't think I need a happy 1 year post to like believe that.
yeah,
So
totally.
we'll have to see. We'll have to see.
Yeah,
It seems to be coming up in the next couple, weeks, months, whatever the timeline was exactly. I'm sure that, you know,
yeah.
something will go down.
Yeah, yeah.
No.
Okay. Hi, Kelly and Gia. I thought this could be a fun little imagination discussion after we got Travis's Eras Tour debut in the TTPD skit. I heard you say on Monday's pod that Taylor should bring Travis out during Karma, fringe jacket, and all. What would be other unhinged ways he could pop up throughout the show? I think it would be hilarious if he was in one of the glass boxes during Look What You Made Me Do. Love the show. Thanks for all you girls do. Chelsea.
That
Imagine
would
Travis. He's like,
that would
let
be
me out.
so funny. Like
So
that would be the
funny.
funniest shit. Like and he loves that song. We know that he loves that song.
Yeah,
He
that's
goes
true.
crazy
Yeah.
for that song. Um, but I would die. First of all, I don't even know if he'd fit in one of those boxes. He's so big. You know what I mean? Like
That would also
all
be
of
hilarious. He's like compressed in it, like
yeah, 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 like too big,
yeah,
wearing like the cheerleader uniform from Shake It Off or something.
yeah,
Like that would be hilarious.
yeah,
Like that
yeah.
that would crack me up. And I do like the idea of him like occasionally popping up at the shows here and there. Like I don't necessarily know if I want it to happen like next week, but I
Mm.
feel like, you know, 15 shows from
Yeah,
now
yeah.
and there's
Keep people on their
another
toes.
surprise at this. Yeah, like that's just it's hilarious. So
Yeah,
yeah, I think and it itself becomes like an Easter egg. Like him like, oh, is Travis gonna pop up and is he
totally.
gonna is he gonna be inside the car that she smashes up? Like
He comes out on a bicycle. He's riding the bicycle on stage. for the 1989. I could see that too because he loves blank space. That would be so
Loves
funny.
like this. They'd just be hilarious.
Or
Like
like the
all of
red set. You know how where she like opens the box and like the music plays? Like maybe she
yeah.
opens the box and Travis pops out and then he
And
goes
he's like,
back
oh,
in. Yeah. And then she opens it, I was like, ah. Yeah. Like
it's like,
whack-a-mole.
whoa, 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 whoa,
Yeah,
whoa. Wrong box, wrong
yeah, yeah,
box.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That would be
So
funny too.
funny. Just so, so
I
hilarious.
feel like there's so many things that he can do, and I just want to touch on this very quickly because there's a lot of discourse about her choosing him to be in the skit because people are like, oh, like he's propping her up, like he's a part of the problem. He's like making her do things she doesn't want to do. She's
Oh,
sending
that's
us
right. You
signals
sent
in the
me that.
skit. Yeah.
Sent me
For, yeah.
that
First
weird
off,
video that I
go touch grass. Like take a deep
Yep.
breath. It's gonna be okay. Like it's really not that deep. You're
Right.
fine. It's a skit. It's been a skit. Are you also saying that Cam and Jan do that too? Like that doesn't really make any
Right.
sense.
Right.
And second of all, it's just like I just don't see a world. Which what I was gonna say is Travis. I think in response to Cam's Instagram, like Cam tagged him and
Oh,
was being
that's
so nice.
right.
Yeah, Travis was
Hmm.
like, "Thank you for helping me." Like was it pick Taylor back up or what was the verbiage that he used?
Let's see. Let's look. Okay, so wait, but two things about what you're saying right now. The first thing is you sent me a video of a girl going off. Here, wait, will you find the cam thing?
Yeah.
Why? Okay. So, you sent me a video of a girl going off saying that she thinks that she's like, this is proof that it's a PR relationship because here's Travis literally as the ringleader and he's forcing her to perform too and whatever. And it was unbelievable. Like it
It's
just
unbelievable.
people say shit just to say shit. And
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you talking about? Like this is a fun skit that she's doing with her boyfriend that she's already been doing every show. She's incorporating him, whatever. So that was one thing. And that's insane. And we do not feel that way on Taylor Watch, FYI. But the second thing was that Cam posted a sweet collage of
Pictures.
all of the pictures and videos of them doing the performance online and said, I know I'm posting pics that everyone's already seen at this point, but whatevs. I want to highlight my favorite moment from London. Trav, I had the time of my life being an absolute ham with you on stage. This was such a full circle moment for me. I have been to countless Chiefs games with my family over the years to support my baby brother, which we have to remember that Cam's younger brother plays for the Chiefs. And
Mm-hmm.
so Travis and Cam they already like kind of knew each other and so they get to hang out, whatever. But do you have do you want to read his response?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Travis said, Cam, the Saunders brothers were already my favorites from winning Super Bowls with Sir Bink to having fun bringing Tay back to life on stage with you
Yep.
the other night. And even hanging with Mama Saunders cheering you on in Australia. More memories to come. So it's like, oh,
More
also
memories
more
to
memories
come.
to come, which is
More
like,
memories to
okay.
come.
But it's like,
Yeah.
bringing Taylor back to life, which is like a beautiful like way of wording it. Like
Yep.
he kind of did like bring her back to life a little bit, like at least like in her love life. Like if you listen to The Prophecy, like that song is so gut-wrenchingly sad about how she like genuinely believed at a certain point that like it was just written in the books that like this was going to be her life, that she was forever going to be like a jaded like lonely person and was never
Hmm.
going to find someone that just wanted to spend time with her. And that's Travis, and clearly Cam is someone that's super close to her, super important to her. He would never post something like that if it was something fake. And yeah, just
Right.
it doesn't make sense to me to pinpoint Travis in that skit when they've been doing the skit for the entire for since the TTPD set has started.
Right, exactly. And it's just sometimes there are people who just want to like they don't want to accept that they don't want to take things at face value. They want to dig and try to make something into something that it's not. And it has to be an exhausting way of life, to just be so cynical, so negative that you can't even enjoy something silly and fun that she's doing, incorporating her boyfriend, incorporating her, her friends and coworkers on stage. Like it's all good fun and it's all good times. And that's it. Like there isn't anything deeper than that. And for those who are constantly trying to like cut it down or discredit it or say that it's something that it's not and that he's a part of the
Mm.
problem and whatever, it's just you just don't. it's a level of like you just don't know what the fuck you're
I
talking
I
about. Like, you
saw someone on
know what you're talking about.
yeah, it was like TikTok or Twitter. Someone said this. They're like, there's so many different ranges of like crazy people, and it's like
Hmm.
these type of Swifties are like the QAnon, like the crazy
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
people that like believe that like there's transmitters in birds, like that's
yes.
instead of them getting into that, they're getting into the fact that Taylor Swift is like trapped and secretly gay and needs a way out, and Travis is holding her hostage. Like, okay, if that's what you,
Exactly.
it's just crazy.
It's psychotic.
It's
It's absolutely
psychotic. So
psychotic. And it's
I'll never understand how people can say that online and post it and be like, yeah, like people are gonna definitely agree with me on this.
and I hate it too because it signals out to all the other crazies. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like it sends out a bat signal, like let's all converge right here. And then all of a sudden all the conspiracy people and all the gaylers come through and they're like, exactly,
Yeah,
yes. And
yeah.
it's stop with this. Like
So
everybody just
stupid.
oh, sometimes I just wish everybody would mind their business, you know?
I
It's like
know.
mind like have fun with us or mind your fucking business. Like
Yeah.
it's just it's not that hard.
Okay. Hi, ladies. Senior Swifty here. Love your show, and I was so happy you had an early drop because yesterday was just too insane to go about our normal business. My teenage sons were genuinely freaked out at my level of excitement while watching the Grammy live stream. They asked, why is it such a big deal? And I had the hardest time trying to get them to understand. What would you say to that question? Again, thank you for the pod. It's one of the highlights of my week since I don't have many Swifties in real life to freak out with.
Oh my God, that's so
Just so
sweet.
cute, yeah.
Thank you for the message. It's so kind. And yeah, don't let your teenage sons make you feel like going crazy about it is crazy because it's
Yeah,
not. It's
no, because
insane.
I was doing the same thing. I was watching a Granny live stream. I was screaming my head off in the car.
Oh
So
yeah.
like,
It is hard to explain
mm,
without knowing everything that's like led up to that moment. It's hard to explain how intense it is. But I've been thinking about it the past couple days, trying to like also put it into words because I had to do the same thing with my parents. I was like, and thankfully my parents like they listen to me talk about it all the time. So they know the magnitude of it. My dad's a football fan, so he knows the Kelces and he knows the whole deal. But
mm,
so they get it. But I think the best way to describe it is like it's almost as if you're watching your friend who's like been through a lot finally get like happiness, you know? And that's the closest way you can describe it. I just think that like it's as parasocial as that might sound and as bizarre as that might sound, that's just how it makes me feel at least. Like it's like you just have this sense of pride and excitement and it's like watching the a happy ending to a
mm,
long movie, like a long movie with a lot of ups and downs and a lot of sadness, and then finally, like the good guys win, and the prince and the princess get together, and it's just like, and it's you feel like you know them because you're involved and you have listened to all these lyrics and you've heard the stories and you've seen the hate online and these just they've been through so much and she's been through so much and for her to feel comfortable enough finally at this point in her life to do something so fun and carefree as that, it's just it's inspirational on a certain level,
yep,
right? Like it's
yep,
just like,
exactly.
this feels nice, this feels great. It's like yeah, it's watching your friend enjoy herself and love herself and love her boyfriend. And yes, we're not actually friends with Taylor, but it feels like we are. She makes us feel like we are.
Mm,
So we have those same feelings when we see her, doing things that she loves. And
yeah, yeah.
it's just nice to see people happy. It's
Mm-hmm.
nice to see people happy, especially when everything else in the world and in life is such a fucking downer all the time. Like it's just nice to
Yeah.
see this shit,
I think
It's
you
great.
I think you described that perfectly. Like
Thank you.
you do have to know the lore a little bit, with her relationship with Joe and everything, and kind of losing herself in that relationship and wanting to be put on a pedestal, wanting to shine, wanting to be bejeweled. And Travis does
Yep.
that for her, and I think a lot of people don't understand that parallel between where she was, 2020, 2021 to where she is now. And I think that's why fans get so excited because yeah, exactly. Like we just want to see her happy, and clearly she feels comfortable enough in her relationship to put it on the biggest pedestal in front of 89,000 people where even more people are watching. And yeah, it's just it's nice, exactly like you said. In a time where it feels like everything's so fucking negative, it's nice to
Hmm.
see a positive thing.
Absolutely. Also, too, it's just like wait, I just lost what I was gonna say. it's it's fun, or it gives you in a way hope as well. Like obviously we know Taylor's a billionaire. She's a successful artist. She does all these things, whatever. It's hard to think about how like she could be unhappy, but she showed us like even someone like her could be unhappy, and we felt for her and we related to that because we were like, okay, well, we can also feel unhappy. So it's like, wow, I can't believe that I can relate to this like super famous billionaire in terms of unhappiness. So when we now see her also overcoming that unhappiness, whether it be about herself or her relationship or whatever it is, and then finding that happiness, it gives us hope too, where it's like, all right, she was down and out, and then she came out the other side. We can also come out the other side. It doesn't matter who you
Mm-hmm.
are, if you're rich and famous or if you're a nobody. There's always a bright, a light at the end of the tunnel, a bright side of things. And I think that she just, she herself is like a beacon of hope for all of
Yeah.
us
Yeah.
in certain ways,
Yeah.
as dramatic as that might sound. It's just, it's wonderful.
No, totally. I feel like we've always said that on this show. Like, we defend Taylor so much, we love her so much because she feels like an extension of ourselves in a way. Like it feels like, we see a lot of ourselves in her and her music and everything. So yeah, exactly. Like knowing that she can get something like that makes us feel like we can achieve like a love that makes us feel good like that. So it's nice. Also, sorry to
Yeah.
be on my phone when you were saying that, but I was getting blown up by notifications from Tavis Hayes and I was getting
Oh
nervous.
no.
But it
What's
was
going on?
Taylor Nation posted the picture of Travis carrying Taylor, and
Yeah.
the caption is our emotional support pop star carrying us through life like, and then it's the picture. But I just saw
Oh, cute. I
I
love
got the
that.
notification from Tavis Hayes and it was like, yo, what the fuck is happening? So I was like, oh, did something happen? But no, she just
Wait,
freaked me
wait,
out.
wait. Oh, wait. Taylor Nation
Yeah,
posted
Taylor
that?
Nation posted that. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
and all the
Oh,
responses
that's
to Tavis
great.
Hayes are like, they're coming, like Taylor Nation is coming for your job, like they're about to be Tavis Nation, like.
Wait, that is so funny. Oh, wow. And they're retweeting really funny things too. I like
Yeah.
this one. Meanwhile, I was like this, and it's her laying on the ground.
Yeah. So
That's
funny.
hilarious.
Yeah. So
Oh, that's good. Oh, I love when Taylor Nation gets in on it.
yeah, me too.
That makes me laugh. Um,
Okay.
but yeah,
Let's do one more, maybe. Or actually, I have two more.
two more. Good.
Okay. Uh, Hi, Gia and Kelly. My name is Joanna. I've been following you guys for a long time now, all the way from Brazil. Sorry if I mess up. My grammar is not, my English is not my first language.
Oh,
Um,
fabulous. We love
just,
Brazil.
yes, we love Brazil. We want to come to Brazil.
Come to Brazil.
Just finished watching your Monday episode, and I gotta ask you guys, do you think after Travis made his Eras Tour debut that Taylor could appear in a New Heights episode? Love to hear your thoughts. Love you guys so much. P.S. Rep girly, just like my girl Kelly.
Hell yeah. First of all, that was perfect English.
Yeah,
So no words at all, girlfriend.
Joanna was
Joanna,
slayed.
right, her name.
Yep.
Totally slayed. I never thought that we'd be in a world where Taylor would possibly go on New Heights. And I think now possibilities are endless.
Yeah,
Like,
possibilities are endless.
absolutely, she could
I
pop
would
on.
still be
Absolutely.
shocked. Like, I would lose my shit kind of the way that I lost my shit with Travis on stage.
Totally.
But now I definitely see it more as of a possibility. I
Mhm.
just a podcast is like a lot, you know?
But here's what I think. I don't think that she would come on to be like interviewed,
She would
but I
just
think
chat.
it's a possibility that she'd like pop her head in or something. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right, right.
I used to think because we all know at this point that Travis has recorded the podcast like from her house and like
Mhm.
in the same where they're in the same place when they were in
Mhm.
Italy together. He recorded one like she's always like there if he's doing these episodes. So I think the possibility of her popping in, kind of like how Kylie like will yell at Jason from up the stairs or whatever. Like I think the possibility of that is much higher versus him
Yeah.
like pretending like Taylor's not right behind the screen while he's doing the podcast. I think if she pops in, like I'll die if it's like the full screen of Travis and then from like up here, Taylor's head is just like, "Hey guys," like
Yeah,
I would
that
die.
would be so
So
crazy.
funny. But I also think that that is like more likely now. Like it's becoming so casual, and I think that we talked about the other day. I like that it's becoming more casual because I think it kind of takes the heat off of how every single thing she does and they do is like headline news and whatever. And at some point that bubble has to burst, you know,
Yeah.
like at some point we all need to chill out and we don't have to like, hold our breath every time they step outside. But I think like the way that Jason and Travis were talking about her on their show this week was so it's like they're talking about family,
Mhm.
and I think it will get to a point where everything will be casual and fun and it just will be, it'll be crazy for the Swifties and it'll be so funny for us, but you know, eventually it won't be headline news if Taylor Swift wants to say hey to her pseudo brother-in-law on
Yeah.
the podcast. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's just so I think but yeah, possibilities are endless at this point.
Possibilities
Like
are endless.
these kids are crazy.
Yeah.
These kids are
Yeah, and they're just so in love and it's really cute.
I
Okay,
know.
this last one is not a question, but I really liked the points or the ideas that she pointed out here.
Okay, love.
Um, hey Taylor Watch girlies, I saw someone say something about So High School and I had to text you guys about it. They pointed out that So High School is pretty much Taylor's only love song that isn't laced with anxiety of fears and abandonment. In just about every love song Taylor has written, there's always some element of I hope I never lose you or please stay, etc. I feel like even the entire Lover album has strong themes of anxiety and fear of being left, Cornelia Street being the most obvious example I can think of. It is so sweet to think that maybe she has less of those fears now that she's with Travis. Really, rarely does she seem to feel totally secure and safe in her relationships, but now it seems like Travis has finally provided that reassurance for her. Obviously, this is all speculation, but it's definitely of note. Anyways, love you girls so much. Thank you for making your show. It is such a treat to watch you guys every week. Love, Allie from Buffalo.
Oh, thanks, Allie. Appreciate that. Um, I agree with a lot of what she said
Yeah.
in the fact that she's right. So many of her love songs and so many of especially the Lover album, it feels very I don't want to say desperate, but it does kind of seem like you know what I mean? Like
I get what
it's
you
that
mean.
right, that anxiety of like
It's
this
like
means
just,
so much
yeah,
to me
like
and I
fear
would
of
die without
abandonment.
you,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
Fear of abandonment completely. And she's right. So high school is very casual and fun and easy breezy. And I do think that that's a perfect reflection as to how things seem to be going, at least from the outside, about
Mhm.
this relationship. I think that it's all take every, one day at a time, everything as it comes. We're just having fun, having a good time,
Yeah.
like doing our
Yeah.
best. We love each other, we respect each other, like all that kind of shit. And so that's kind of like when we were talking about earlier in the episode about the, future albums, potential for future love songs and stuff. I'm so curious to know how she will reflect on these kind of feelings versus an
Yeah.
album like
Yeah.
her or even half the songs on Folklore or like really
Yeah,
any of
like
the love songs.
I was thinking
Written.
about like Peace, like and how that
Right.
song is so like can you still love me like even though like I'll never
Yeah.
like be able to give you peace. And I feel like So High School kind of like parallels that like really cute perfectly like you know what you wanted and boy you got her kind of vibe like you kind of knew what you were getting into and you got what you wanted and it's less of a like an apology and more of like this is fun, like this is both working and even though it's gonna be hard, like we have each other.
Absolutely. And I think too, what we're seeing is that Travis helps her maybe because he's also famous, or maybe because he's so head first into this whole thing, but it makes her feel like less of the monster on the hill, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like that feeling of like knowing that you're the biggest thing in this room, whether you like it or not. Everybody's talking about you, everybody's picking apart everything you're doing. And that feeling of anyone that she's dated before that either not being comfortable with that or being too like trying to think what's the right word. Emasculated by it or
Yeah,
however
yeah,
you want to treat it, not able to handle it in any capacity. And I feel
yeah.
like Peace specifically is such a song that shows us that she worries about those things. Like she worries about her life and who she is, like as a person, as a star, whatever. Can't it will push away
Mm-hmm.
people.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that Travis has just complete and his whole family have completely embraced every bit of it kind of takes away that worry.
Mm-hmm.
So even we'll go all the way back to a Lover album, Cornelia Street. Hope I'll never lose you. Hope I'll never end. Like I don't think that she like has ever been made to question her relationship with Travis, you know? Like everything about it has just been so carefree and fun, and
Yeah.
it's at least on the outside seems easy, and I'm
Yeah.
sure that they've had tough moments, but it seems like they just work through them together and it's no big deal. Like it just seems low drama in the best way,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
imagine that like it just I bet that feels so good. And
Yeah.
so
Refreshing.
yeah, I am curious if her tone about love will change moving forward, because now she's found this new, different, more deep and understanding kind of love.
Hmm.
So it could be, she could be like, throw all that other shit in the trash. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know what he's talking about over there. Like, it'll be kind of like, or I wonder if one day we'll be listening to folklore or lover or something, and we'll hear these songs and we'll think of them in the same way that we think of like songs from Debut or songs from Fearless, where it's like she was young and it was her first
Yeah. Yeah.
love, and she's writing about, all these things that at that moment in time felt so deep and felt so like so serious, but looking back it's like, oh, I was just a kid.
Yeah.
And so now with this new shit, maybe she'll look back and be like, oh, that was, I was in my 20s. I
Yeah.
didn't really,
Exactly.
I thought I knew but I didn't know. And
Mm.
now she, whatever it is that she's doing right now, she seems to be so secure in it that I just think, how exciting, what
Yeah.
an exciting new chapter of life for her.
So exciting. It's
Love
really
it.
it's really nice to see. And yeah, I'm excited for the future of them. Like I feel like I don't know, people always ask me like, do you feel like this is it? Blah blah blah. And it's like obviously if it's not, it's fine. Like it's not the end of the world, but like I don't know, I just really feel like they just fit so perfectly, and she just finally found someone that like is proud of her and praises her and understands the baggage that she comes with, and doesn't make her feel bad about it, but just embraces it, and it's nice.
Absolutely. And that's the key. Embraces it. Like
Mm.
I like she's had people that have tolerated it, but
Mm.
I don't know if she's ever been with, at least as far as we can tell,
Yeah.
has ever been with someone who so loudly, proudly, openly accepts, embraces, encourages, becomes a part of everything like he has with her.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I'm just, I'm just so excited to hear, however far down the line it is, not clamoring for it now, but I'm
Yeah.
just so curious to hear her perspective on it through song, because it's
Yeah.
just the best way she expresses herself
Yeah.
and uh conveys feelings to the fans, and I'm sure that there will be things that we can relate to, and those of us who have been in like different kinds of love, different types of love will be able to relate to, and
Mhm.
those of us maybe who haven't experienced love like that, it almost gives you something to look forward to, or something
Totally.
to look out for. And it's just, I can't see any negative. Like
Yeah.
just everything's so great and everything is so positive,
I
and I just
know.
feel like it's just wonderful. It's just
Yeah.
wonderful to, and
It
it's
is
just,
really
yeah, it feels like
nice.
your best friend is having the time of her life, and it's great to watch it,
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
Oh, we just love our girl.
Oh man, oh man. I'm just so happy for her, and I'm just so
Me
excited to
too.
see. I'm excited to see if he'll make another appearance. If he doesn't, that's okay, but I just feel like all these buzzwords, debut, more memories to come. I don't know, it just feels like we might see him again.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Certainly won't. I haven't seen the last of Travis Kelce. Oh, and one more thing, he mentioned on Bussin' that he's been doing stuff with Hollywood as well, and we're gonna have to
Mm.
keep our eyes peeled, because I know that he did something with Ryan Murphy,
Mhm.
and he also was doing something with like Niecy Nash. Maybe that was the same
I think
thing.
Niecy Nash, that was the same thing. Yeah, because she's
Okay,
she's involved in the Ryan Murphy world.
got it. Okay.
Yeah,
So
she
then
was in Dahmer.
whatever. Right, that's right. Duh.
Mhm.
So good. She was so good.
Yeah.
Um, so all right. So I'm so curious to
And
see
then
what
like
that's
Are
all.
You Smarter with the fifth grader thing.
Yep. So he's
So
got other things coming out going on too. Did we send the meme back and forth about the
like the pacifier.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
How there was like a meme going around that's like, I feel a resurgence coming on with this kind of movie featuring Travis Kelce, and it's like the pacifier, daddy daycare,
Yeah,
like
the Tooth
movies where it's like
Fairy or whatever it's called. Yeah,
very,
yeah.
yeah. Basically anything with like The Rock or Vin Diesel
Yeah.
with kids, like the family movies. Like Travis would be so good in something like
So
that. It would just
good.
be hilarious. I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, we'll just have to see what's to come for these people. And it's just it's fun to watch people be successful and follow their dreams and do what they want to do. And I'm just looking forward to seeing everything they come up with,
Yeah, me
It's
too.
it's just good stuff. Good
Yep,
stuff all
yep,
around.
yep, yep, yep.
Fabulous. Well, all right. Thank you so much to everyone who called in and wrote in.
Yes,
This
thanks,
is just
guys.
our favorite episodes, our Thursday episodes. We always know that. And hopefully we've got Dublin this weekend.
Mm,
We'll see what happens at the shows, if anything. Surprise songs and such. We'll
yep.
we'll obviously discuss next
Let's
week. Oh
pray
no, no,
for a.
actually,
Oh,
um,
yeah, we have off next week, y'all.
we do. We won't be around next week, so we're sorry. You'll have to live without us for a
For a
week.
week, yeah.
We're back. We're back on the,
S-
let's see,
Like ninth or
the
something?
ninth should be our episode
Let me
back,
see. The
which should, yeah,
yeah, yeah, the ninth, yeah, the ninth.
that's Tuesday back. So the ninth we'll have our episode back, and then we'll be back
We'll
to
have
our
a
regular.
lot, and then hopefully we'll have a lot to discuss. And who knows, maybe something will happen. We might need to emergency pod, but
Might need emergency pod.
yeah.
You never know. Also, we've got, everybody keep their eyes peeled for Taylor Swift's 4th of July party that she always has in Rhode Island.
Shit, I
So,
didn't even think about that. True.
oh yeah. Oh, I thought of it, Gia. I thought of it. And if Travis Kelce doesn't run into the ocean wearing an I Heart TS t-shirt, then I don't want to know.
Yeah,
I don't want to
facts,
know.
facts.
It'll be so funny. So that's something to look forward to. Everybody, football players have off for a couple more weeks before they get back into it. Taylor will be off soon. Like everybody's just enjoying themselves, and everybody should enjoy themselves over the holiday.
Hmm.
All the Swifties need a break too.
Yeah.
Enjoy yourselves, have fun. Please make sure you're subscribed and following us everywhere so we
Hmm.
can keep everything going. And we love you guys so
Yeah, we love
much,
you
and
guys so much.
we'll see you when we're back.
Bye.